The US spends over $1 trillion a year on its military budget, and they're trying to raise that to even higher levels. They are now going to have more money than they know what to do with, and some of that money gets used to fund projects like psychic spies, nuclear-powered missiles, bat bombs, bird bombs, insect warfare, even a proposed gay bomb. Let's take a look at some of the most ridiculous military projects ever proposed. Okay, we're gonna start off with Project Pigeon, which is basically pigeon-guided missiles in World War II. So, in 1943, the US military gave Dr. B.F. Skinner $25,000 to research pigeon-guided missiles. Now $25,000 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but in 1943, that's a big chunk of change. Supposedly, if you took $25,000 in 1943 and you put it into the stock market, you could have like $200 million today. Let's just watch a quick project overview so we can get an idea of what Project Pigeon entailed.
In the realm of unconventional military projects, Project Pigeon took flight. It was Burris Frederick Skinner's attempt to train pigeons to guide glide bombs during World War II. These small gliders, equipped with target images, relied on the pigeon's cognitive abilities. As the pigeons pecked at the moving target image, sensors detected their movements, adjusting the bomb's course accordingly. Though seen as eccentric, the project received funding. However, with the rise of electronic guidance systems, the project was ultimately canceled in 1944.
Okay, what do you guys want to say about this one? Because when I first heard about Project Pigeon, right, using pigeons as guided missiles, it sounded crazy. But as I'm watching the idea and the technology and execution, I want to say it's actually not that bad. You know, of course, this got replaced by electronics, and you know, the project got scrapped after showing some officials, military officials, what it can do. They actually tried it out. The military officials basically said, hey, looks cool but seems unreliable, which I completely understand, because you're relying on your missile to hit the target based on the whim of a pigeon. Like, imagine if this thing is getting launched at a target, and instead of flares or chaff or whatever, right, they just launch a bunch of bread and the pigeon gets all confused and your missile misses. Or you launch one of these things out, right, a pigeon homing missile, and the minute it flies up, the pigeon gets distracted and turns the missile around and hits you. Okay, what else? Here's a classic one. In the 1960s, the CIA spent $20 million on an acoustic kitty Cold War cat spy program, codenamed Project Acoustic Kitty. The project involved putting microphones, transmitters, and antennas into cats so they can go and spy on the enemy for us. This one sounds like a joke, but it happened. The CIA put $20 million into a program to train cats and put microphones and transmitters and antennas so they can spy on the Soviet army. And what makes this even more hilarious is that this is one of the few projects that actually got used in the field. During the first mission, the first attempt to get Operation Project Acoustic Kitty going, the highly trained, specialized feline cat that the CIA spent $20 million to train got hit by a taxi while crossing the road. And then the project was scrapped, because then the scientists realized that with all the training and all the equipment, they couldn't get the cats to follow any commands. Okay, what else we got? In the 1970s, the US military started Project Stargate, a project aimed at remote viewing and psychic abilities for intelligence gathering, basically Stranger Things. The project ran from the 70s until its termination in 1995, supposedly. The military spent about $500,000 per year on this project, coming up to $20 million. Supposedly it ended, who knows? The project got terminated because they couldn't prove that it was working, or the investment didn't seem like it was going towards anything. If you want to get into this, Sean Ryan, it's got a great podcast. He interviews all these different people from the Stargate project. We'll just look into one of them. This is Angela. She's supposedly the only female psychic from that project.
Angela Fogations.
I don't know. This one's actually really interesting because who knows what's going on with Project Stargate. Even though it's terminated, a lot of the big files for this project are actually redacted or classified. So who knows what they uncovered, what they can do, what they can't do. I mean, you got people like her walking around. Who knows? Okay, what else can we talk about? Let's talk about the gay bomb. I know it was just proposed. It was never funded. They wanted $7.5 million to develop a gay bomb, and it was never approved for anything. But think about this. Somebody's job was to sit down and come up with the idea of the gay bomb. Now, the gay bomb sounds crazy, but the actual idea is actually not that bad. So in 1994, the proposal was for a 6-year plan to develop and investigate harassing, annoying, and bad guy chemicals. And the goal was to develop a aphrodisiac chemical spray to trigger homosexual behavior among enemy troops, causing distasteful but completely non-lethal, remember that's important, non-lethal drop in morale and discipline. I mean, I feel like Joe Rogan had the best response to hearing about the gay bomb.
They tried to develop a gay bomb.
One thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that a lot of these military programs that we find out about are from like the 70s, the 60s, 90s, whatever, right? Way before. That was before our military defense budget was $1 trillion. We're at $1 trillion now. So throwing around $20 million to develop a gay bomb, or $20 million to develop spy cats, or these little programs that, you know, sounded like a lot of money back then, are peanuts now that the defense budget is at $1 trillion. Let's just do one more. If you guys like this, we'll do a part 2 down the road. The last one I want to talk about is the military weaponization of cyborg insects. This one's kind of hard to talk about because it's still ongoing, but in 2006, DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, gave a grant for $8.4 million to develop cybernetic insects. To talk about, like I said, because it's still going on, and I believe last year Germany is actually expanding their insect military program. So this could be the new thing. You know, people saying drones is the future of warfare. Who knows? With, you know, DARPA still looking into this project, and Germany announcing last year that they are expanding their weaponized insect project. This could be the new warfare. Who knows? The basic idea is to use these insects as spies. They're attaching all these electronics onto insects, cameras and whatnot, different controlling mechanisms to use them as spies. Who knows? Down the road, maybe they can get them to basically be kamikaze style insect bombers. Who knows? But as I'm talking about it, it gives me the same feeling as talking about the pigeon guided missile, where you have this technology and they already invested millions of dollars into it, right? And it's the function is they want tiny spies to be not noticeable, right? And just like with the pigeon, the idea is there, right? They can do it, right? Let's look into how they're getting these insects to work. And we'll talk about how it's basically what's going to happen with this project. It's wasted money because it's going to become the guided pigeon missile project all over again. So the basic idea is the same for all the insects. They put a battery onto the insect. They put a small like microcontroller, which is basically a little like chip, and then they run these electrodes that go into the insect's brain, and then they run some other electrodes that go to different parts that they want to control the insect. For example, this Japanese beetle here, they used a lot of beetles to do this because beetles were bigger and they can fly. Well, this one can fly. They wanted to control the flying, so they ran the electrodes into the wings, into the muscles of the wing. And the idea is with the controller and the battery, they can send an electric shock to the beetle or whatever insect. And let's say that you wanted the beetle to fly right? They'll zap the right wing, and then the beetle will start going towards the right. You want it to go left, they'll start zapping the left wing, and then the beetle will go that way. That's the basic idea. Sounds cool, almost sounds practical, because with technology now, they can shrink it all the way down to doing a house fly. They could control a house fly now. Now with this is exactly the same problem as the homing pigeon missile problem, is that it took them so long to develop this. We have drones now. China has drones, I believe, spy drones that are small as little mosquitoes now. And you don't have to wonder about this beetle or fly or whatever doing whatever. You can just control the mosquito. Who knows how much money they wasted on this weaponized insect project already, because whatever millions that they've spent into this, whatever project that comes out of this is going to get replaced by a drone. Are you guys excited to find out in like 20 years about all the fun projects the military's been working on because of their new spending budget? Keep in mind, we're at $1 trillion now. Back then, the spending budget was just a few billion, and it became a few hundred billion. Now we're at $1 trillion. There are probably projects that we can't even think of we're gonna find out about in like 20 years.